Go ahead.
Thank you, Jen. I have two rather quick questions, then a little bit more meaty one, if that's okay.
I like the setup so I can know what to prepare for. Go ahead.
Okay, so the first quick one. I'll frame it as a yes, no, or maybe, perhaps.
I never like those questions, but go ahead.
Will President Biden use the power of the bully pulpit to help cajole teachers who are unwilling to go back to schools to go back?
Well, one, I'm just going to reject the premise of the question. I will say I have teachers in my family, as I'm sure many of you do. They are the first people to tell you that teaching in the classroom and being able to engage with kids in the classroom, or middle schoolers or high schoolers in the classroom, it makes their job more enjoyable, makes them more effective at what they do. The president is absolutely committed to reopening schools. He wants them not just to reopen, but to stay open. And he wants to do that in a safe way. And we're going to rely on CDC guidance, which again is not officially out yet, to determine the best way to do it. But there are several mitigating factors that we've seen in data to date that will help make it safe. Of course, vaccines are part of that, but so is masking, so is social distancing, so is ensuring that schools have the ventilation and the facilities that they need in order to do it safely. That's our focus. So the president's focus is on, and that's one of the reasons why he's out advocating for the American Rescue Plan. Part of that is funding so that schools can do exactly that.
That sounded like a yes with an asterisk. Safely.
If you are the spokesperson for the White House, you could certainly say that, but you are not.
I'd like to follow up on the issue of school reopenings.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Walensky had said at a previous briefing there is increasing data to suggest that schools can safely reopen, and that they can safely reopen without teachers getting vaccinated. You then said the official CDC guidance is not out yet, but there is some urgency to this because schools are making their decisions right now about how and when to reopen. So does the Biden administration have an assessment today about whether schools can reopen with or without teachers getting vaccinated?
Well, first, the guidance will come officially from the CDC, as Dr. Walensky, who leads the CDC, would certainly convey to you. And what we're all conveying, and what I just did a few minutes ago, is convey that there's a lot of data that shows that it is, of course, we're looking at vaccines. That's an important part of keeping teachers and the American public safe. But we also need to look at other mitigation steps, I should say, including masking, social distancing, proper ventilation in schools. And the urgency should prompt Democrats and Republicans, many Democrats are, to come together to support the American Rescue Plan so we can get schools the funding they need. Schools are planning, but many of them don't have the funding they need to take the steps necessary to reopen.
Do you know when the CDC specifically is going to put out that guidance?
I would certainly point you to the CDC for more specifics on that.